Hello and welcome along. Today we're back on the west coast and we are gonna do some spreading. Well, we're gonna start off doing some spreading. We've got lots of jobs to do today, so we're gonna start off doing some solid spreading, and behind us we're gonna get the cultivator going. So, oh no, sorry, the subsoiler going. So we'll jump in the TW15 here and make our way down to field 15. But first we need to fill up. So where are... Ah yes, it's round to the other side of the barns here. We'll fill up with some fertiliser in this. And we'll go from here. I think the solid fertiliser is at the end here. We don't have anything in this at the moment. So we've had a few bits and pieces with this, where a lot of our crops are actually fairly near or fairly well grown. So we're not, unfortunately, get fertilizer stages across everything, which is which is unfortunate. There we go. However, we can go and get it across most of them. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a first stage on here with the solid. Normally I'd do this with muck, but we don't have any cows yet or any pigs, so we can't really. But what I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to get a line of this down, and in doing that, that should give our TW35 over there enough to start with. So we'll turn this on, and away we go. And so we should see... Yeah, there we go. So this gives us a first stage fertilising before we plant. Which means that we should get another stage as we plant, and then a third stage after we... and then we just have one stage left to do, which is fantastic and is pretty much the way I want to keep it. It means that it just makes it that much easier to get all three stages in. So we'll come down to the end here, and we will turn that off. We'll just jump out and run up here and get this started on course play. So we are in the top right. Right, we're on field 15. We're 3.8, so we'll take it down to 3.5, which is what it was on. Starting location north, east, going south. Return to first point is deactivated. We want 3 rounds. Yep, and we want to do that first. Good. Let's see what that looks like. That is pretty much perfect, I think. So we will set that going. First waypoint, drive course. Because we've done this strip along this side. So that should be covered. And he's off now. Right, so we want to make sure that we're not covering the same ground too much, which of course at the moment we are. That's interesting. Why has he not started? Did I not press start? Ah, stop driver. That is... Field work is what we want. There we go. Right, he's off now. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I want to jump out and run back down here. Right. Yeah, because he's heading over to an area. Oh, he's not doing too bad. We've pretty much covered that already. The one thing I haven't done, which I meant to do before I started this, is remove the collisions on our telegraph poles. Just going to see if we can quickly manoeuvre around him. A little bit of covering him in fertiliser, but it does at least mean that the ground he's on is covered. Just getting a screenshot of that there. It's a bit hard. I'm having trouble seeing where I've already been. I can roughly see it, but this is always the problem actually I had with do you know what? I'm going to turn on GPS for this. Right, there we go. This will ensure that we cover the whole field. Yeah, there we are. Shouldn't take us too long, this job. Once we've done this, we will head over to the... we'll head over and get our sprayer and get working with that. I think it's good. So, yeah, I'm looking to have a bit more variety in my videos now. So, very much looking for feedback. Very much looking for, are you guys enjoying sort of the... Enjoying that? Would you like to see more variety? Would you like to see me do more jobs per video? Or sort of the previous way I was going, where I was doing a single job in a video. You know, I'm interested in your feedback, because I'm interested to see what you guys think. We're very much in a little bit of an experimental stage at the moment. But we are, so yeah, very much looking to do several jobs today. If we have time, we might get on to some, doing some silage, doing some chaff. But that very much depends on how far we get through this, because we're at a stage where this the fertilisation that I've got to do massively needs doing. To the point where we need to improve our crops a lot. If we're going to get a good yield off them. I think our sunflowers fortunately had fertiliser when we planted them. So they're going to have at least 2 stages. The wheat at the... I think it's either wheat or barley that we got in the field over there. I'm not so sure about that. The issue with that is it's got 3 different growth stages across the field. Quite how that happened, I don't know. But yeah, there's 3 different growth stages over there. And so that is going to cause a problem, I think. But only insofar as I don't think I can get... I can certainly give fertilisation to a lot of the field. I just don't think I'll get 3 stages across most of it. Right, I think that pretty much should have covered the field. And I'll have a quick look and see how well we did. So, it needs ploughing off. That's pretty good. And actually, it's fertilising as it subsoils as well. So it seems a subsoiler is a pretty good fertiliser too. Which I didn't know that. I didn't know it did that. So that's quite cool. Although we don't seem to have that on field 14. Maybe it's because it's subsoiling the fertiliser in. So we need to get field 10 done there. We also need to seed the top of field 10 there. So let's turn GPS off. And we'll leave the 35 doing that job over here, which it seems to be doing admirably. It could be. I didn't think... no, I haven't got the... that one on. The one that... when you put in... maybe yes. Chopped straw. When you cultivate or plough in chopped straw. I didn't think it fertilised. So that's interesting that it's doing that. We do, of course, also have a weeder here, but we don't have any crops that are in a stage where a weeder would be useful on it. Right, we'll plonk this here. Actually, we'll leave this tractor here because we don't need this at the moment. We're going to head over to this barn here, where we have this lovely piece of kit. Now, I have made an adjustment to this. Which basically, it's not overly expensive. It's quite an old piece of kit. So I've tried to keep all my equipment on this farm older equipment. So this older piece of kit, it did have a horrendous daily cost. I've edited the file and turned that down because it was just ridiculously expensive to run this thing. So now that it's more realistic, it's a nice piece of kit to have on here. I'm hoping it's not going to cost us a fortune to fill it. Otherwise we might have to get a loan. It does look like it's going to take most of our money, unfortunately. If that's the case, we can go and do some forestry as well. You know, sell some more logs and make some more money that way. There we go. But I'd quite like to do that. Well, I suppose we wouldn't be doing that on a Friday this week on this map. So let's head over this way with this. And you can see our sunflowers actually are growing really nicely at the moment. So we do need to get these sprayed. But this is third stage spray, I think. Yeah, these are care tyres on this, which is fantastic. Right, actually I'm not going to go down this end of the field. I'm going to go down the other end because it's a straighter edge. And therefore makes more sense to do that. Yeah, so head down here. And then we can line up with the straight edge and we can set the GPS based on this edge. Let's get out of the hedge. Right. And out we go. So very much enjoying sort of playing this map a little bit more, a little bit more of a regular way, I think. Done a lot of stuff recently. Right, we don't want courseplay on this. Now I think this has... I did have a way of moving those, I thought. Okay, maybe not. So we'll turn on the sprayer, and away we go. It should have a way of adjusting those arms, I thought. Might hit the trees here. I'm hoping not. Yeah, it did. Right. I want you to go along that way there. No? Okay, we'll go off the edge then. Because I want you... Right. I'm going to readjust this again. Auto. Yeah, that is a long way off. That's why. It would be about right, but it's off the edge of the field, and we're going to turn it slightly. Move it across. There we go. Left a little gap there, but otherwise we're okay. Now, as I predicted, the TW25 is slipping. That is because I haven't sorted out the widths. Oh wow, this will spray. We might as well spray this end field here as well. This end part of the field we're actually going to put something else in. Although it seems I managed to put some sunflowers in it by mistake as well. Oh. Turn that off. We are properly stuck in that tree. There we go. I'm very sure that there is a way of doing that. Yeah, this is not enjoying this ploughed field. This is not the most realistic thing. Right, so we'll get it off that ploughed bit. We'll turn that off and we'll just go and find out what the TW25 is stuck on, which, yeah, as predicted. Driver. Send him round the pole. There we go. Oh. Right. Perfect. Now back on. And away we go again. We are off track. There is a way, there absolutely is a way to do this. And I cannot remember what it is. Maybe it's not this one that it does on. It's just, it looks a little odd with that V shape like that. I'm sure to get, I bet I get some comments about how much I'm destroying this sprayer at the moment. This is going to be a good crop of sunflowers though, I think. It is well covered as far as fertilizer goes. We're going to put corn in the end of this field. In the extra bit above the other side of the footpath. Is our best bet, I think. Turn here. And swing this round. But yeah, this would not, with these wheels going across here would probably buckle them, I think. So we are basically putting this sprayer through hell at the moment. As you can see from how it's reacting to the ground. There we go. This round here, and this will cover everything. Quite nicely. And then we'll go and get our seeder. And we'll put that on the front of the TW on the TW15 as well, because that's very much our general purpose tractor, that TW15. Right, there we are. Oh, actually, no, we can't. What we need to go and do is we need to go and spray the other field. Seeding here is probably something we can do next time, actually. But yeah, definitely need to get the other field sprayed, otherwise we're going to have issues. Wow, I can't, it is quite thin. The bits of metal in here, but there are a lot of blind spots in this sprayer. Just looking at this, that is an incredible number of blind spots. For all its faults, I really quite like this sprayer. Right, I think the best way for us to do this field is going to be across here like this. Let's pop back out. Fold that out. And then we will re-angle our... Where's that gone? At 90 degrees, there we go. That's closer. Right, and then bring it across. So we're trying to line up the red with the edge of the field. And hopefully, now you see there's the problem in that actually we want it further round. Because the field, we are very badly positioned here. I want it there. Ideally, and then we can get this corner back when we finish. So, put that there. Oh, that's taking a long time. Come on. There we go. That's the easiest way to do it. Hit the new button. Right. Turn it on. And away we go. Yeah, so we're missing out that little corner bit, but we can come back for that in a bit. But you can see the difference in growth in this canola. It's not the most useful of things, that. And yeah, we are going to miss a bit of the edge there as well. But that's not the end of the world. I can come back along that edge and sort that out. But I want to try and catch as much of the field as I can in this. Yeah, I do not know why this crop grew like this. It's a bit odd. Scratch that, it's very odd. Oh, on a tree. Overshoot a little bit and come back. Right. There we go. The beauty of this is that it does cover a lot of the field very quickly, which is fantastic. And as a result, we can get through the fields quite quickly. I think these are the only two fields we currently have planted. Well, obviously we're sorting field 15 to get that planted. And but I think that's it. I think these are the only two. We'll get 15 planted, and then we also own 86. So that's going to have to be planted once we've got that sorted. a little bit on that corner. That I'm less worried about. I'll probably have to go round to the edge of the field, I think. So if I take that down. So we own 14, 15, 10 and 86 is my most recent purchase. That are arable fields. So we need to... yeah, so 10 and 14 are mostly planted. The top end of 10 and 15 are about to be planted, and 86 is where we're doing our, or will be doing our chaff. So, yeah. A lot's going on, and we will get this nicely done. And nicely sprayed. Yeah, we're going to have to do the thing we did on the other field. And we sort of went up to the end and then turned back on ourselves. Turn that off. Right. Bring that in there. Perfect. Yeah, that's kind of the thing with the with an angled bit like that. We can't go straight on, and if we turn the direction we want to go, it's going to cause us an issue. Let's get that map back on. I mean, the solution is obviously to do the headlands properly. I have to go quite a long way on this. I'll have to turn back and go and sort that in a minute. Right. So yeah, next time it looks like we will definitely be doing some silage. Yeah, definitely doing some silage down near the sheep, which I have been asked. I did get asked when we did when I was doing the forage wagon stuff last time, why I'm putting it in the silage camp down there, and that is basically because it's the nearest one. We have a lot. We have quite a bit of grass down there that needs using. So yeah, and now we have a field down there as well. So yeah, I'm going to attempt to fill that silage clamp, I think. Oh, really? Wow. We need to go along here. I didn't realise that we were so far back. So yes, that's why we're filling up the sheep's silage clamp. But the advantage of that is all we will do is use a conveyor belt to load up the lorry to ship it up to the other farm for the cows. It's the easiest thing for us to do. Let's get this corner and then we'll go and do the top headland. Yeah, this grew very quickly. Go. I missed a very small bit there. I want to go and get the bit along the top of the field. That definitely needs doing. And because of where it is, we might actually be able to do some in-cab spraying. Actually, this sprayer is pretty good for that. When you use GPS, then you can do some in-cab spraying with this quite nicely. It's the problem I always had with the role plays, was that I couldn't do in-cab spraying or muck spreading or anything like that easily, because I couldn't see what I was doing and I couldn't mark out the area with GPS, because GPS doesn't work when you remove the when you remove the overlay. Oh, come on. Don't be like that. Get out of that tree. There we go. There we are. Just need to go across the top of this field here. And then we'll take this back to the grass area. That's covering. Oh, that's easily covering it. You see, there's a very difficult to tell the distance in that cab. But once we got to this corner, we'll be all good. Right. So let's fold that up. We'll get that back to the yard, and then that is where I think we will finish for today. And we've got a lot done. We've got 3 fields fertilised. The TW35, by the looks of things, is about a third, maybe half of the way through that field. Managed to work his way round one of the telegraph poles. We've had to help it round. The other, it's in the middle of, or it will be encountering in a bit, so I'll have him pass that before next episode. And he's looking rather good and rather well. At some point we will probably have to plough this area up to make it so that this is fertilisable, because this isn't fertilisable grass at the moment. It does tend to get run over a lot, is the only thing. I think, considering, fertilising and equipment like that, I'm actually going to store over here. So we'll see if we can plonk this in the back of this barn. Like so. Perfect place for it. Turn it off. Jump out. And yeah. All that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel. I will see you next time. Goodbye.